Well, welcome, Max. Welcome, Keith. I know there's been a lot of buzz at both of our companies, so I'm really thrilled to finally sit down and talk with both of you about this exciting announcement.
Hi, Adam. It's great to be here.
Good to see you, Adam. Keith, great to see you again.
Hey, Max.
So, Keith, let me start with you. For those that may not be familiar, can you give a brief introduction to HooYu?
Yeah, so HooYu is a digital customer onboarding platform. So it allows our customers, so maybe a financial institution, for example, to select from a range of ID verification techniques or data in order to orchestrate a customer onboarding journey for their customers, for the end user. And the great strength of the platform is that you can do that without having an army of developers. So you can very quickly deploy new journeys dependent on the demographic of your users, the risk profile, etc. And it also has a very slick user interface that is designed to make the process very easy for end users to go from beginning to end. And that allows you to onboard more customers than you would otherwise do. That's
great. So I guess then let me ask you, Max, is it safe to say that this combination will give regulated industries like financial institutions and fintechs more ways to keep bad actors out, let good customers in?
Yeah, for sure. And I think the onboarding, while it's so important, is just the start, right? If you have users that are exhibiting any kind of unusual usage patterns, like logging in from a new location or an unexpected geography, asking to elevate transaction thresholds, the businesses need to be able to re-verify those customers to ensure their accounts haven't been compromised. And the real trick is, balancing that security and trust with the user experience and friction, not just onboarding, but throughout the entire life cycle. So luckily, both Mitek and HooYu have been focused on this problem for years. We have a tremendous amount of experience in helping our customers design exactly the right experiences for their end users.
Yeah, and to Max's point, if you look at Gartner's recent identity proofing report, they make the point that companies that adopt these sorts of technologies can have a real strategic advantage over those that don't. And that's where HooYu really comes in giving those companies the ability to implement very smooth, effective KYC processes, and to do it very quickly and to deploy different journeys dependent on the particular profile of the transactions that they are trying to approve.
I mean, that is obviously a very powerful benefit for organizations that are looking to streamline both their verification processes, but also at the same time, be more flexible to change. I think, speaking of change and the ability to adapt to it, one of the big reasons that this, to me at least, seems like such a timely union is the spotlight that current world events have been shining on the fight against corruption and abuse in global financial markets, especially as it pertains to money laundering by sanctioned individuals and state-sponsored groups. Does the combination of Mitek and HooYu strengthen the ability of financial organizations to really know who they're doing business with?
Yeah, for sure. And, I think we've always focused on the regulatory and statutory requirements that regulated industries have, particularly financial institutions. But I think now more than ever, this heightened social responsibility that these institutions have when it comes to who they do business with, right? Who they're allowing to transact on their platforms. And the first and most critical point of prevention of bad actors joining those platforms for any business that, in the digital world is the onboarding step. And Mitek has nearly 2 decades of experience helping financial institutions keep out bad actors and properly identify new and potential users for their platforms. And with this acquisition, we're going to be adding a number of powerful additional checks and the coordination and orchestration steps that make it very easy, not just to get it implemented, but then also to own it and manage it over time, and really just help these organizations truly understand and know who their customers are.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, this combination of the two organizations, we're addressing a problem that is real front of mind at the moment because of world events. And even the British Prime Minister just recently brought forward a new economic crime bill, which is aimed at preventing money launderers from laundering money in the UK by buying property. And one of the things that HooYu does, as well as ID verifying people, is also to check whether people exist on sanctions databases or within adverse media. And so, we're not just trying to get people on board, we're also trying to filter out those bad actors.
Well, ease of use, security, and trust from one platform certainly sounds like a really strong combination. Final question then is, is there any other secret sauce under the hood that viewers should know about?
Well, from HooYu's perspective, one of the key parts of our platform is the confidence scoring engine that sits behind what the user sees. So we gather the attributes that we get from individuals, we cross-reference them, we match them, and then we build a confidence score. And then we deliver that confidence score back to our customer, whether it's a financial institution, an online gambling company, or whoever. And from that, they are able then to determine whether or not to accept a customer on board. And they may choose to select different risk thresholds for different individuals. But the point about the HooYu platform is that they can very easily configure different risk profiles and different confidence levels for different transactions.
And then from Mitek, we're going to be adding our industry best award-winning biometrics to the HooYu platform, along with our document capture and ML-driven document authentication technologies. And the process will only bolster the security these institutions are building into their KYC processes. I think, as the heads of tech companies, we have a tendency to think about the synergies around technology, which are certainly very important. But, as I reflect on this, the real secret sauce here is the incredible cultural fit and shared mission that I feel the two companies have. And both organizations are filled with people who are really passionate about making digital transactions safer, both for the businesses we serve and then their end consumers.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Max. I mean, as we've got to know each other over the last few months, it's been very obvious that we have complementary technologies, and as a result, we're going to have a well-beaten platform. But probably the more important thing is the cultures of the two companies are very similar. And in particular, I think the fact that we're both very customer-centric, we're both looking to serve our customers above all else. And so I think it's going to be a very powerful marriage.
Oh, I think that is the perfect note to end on. Let me just end by saying thank you to both for taking the time to sit down and talk with me. I know we got busy schedules, but this has been great. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Very excited by it all.
Same. Thanks, Adam.